forces. In fact, people who know the sport far better, like Ariel Helwani, vehemently disagree. His Twitter timeline reasonably explains why my position, frankly, is ridiculous. But hear me out. Apply common sense. When ego and money are involved, people will take risks. The egos and the money here are massive, preposterously so. Each man can give the other something nobody else could, both in terms of risk and reward. Floyd's never lost. He's 49-0. The risk of losing perfection to an MMA fighter of all people has to be considered. But the risk McGregor would take stepping out of the octagon and its rules and into a ring governed by different rules is much, much steeper, which is why he's already listed as a huge underdog. So why would either bother? When ego and money are involved, people are willing to take on those risks. Floyd's ego in the ring, however off-putting, is earned. He is hard to hit and harder to beat. McGregor's ego is like a three-ring circus. He took another man's belt in MSG this weekend after his TKO of Eddie Alvarez just so he could pose with two belts. He said last week prior to the fight, "I run New York City. I'm a bleeping pimp." The press conference alone for this fight, if it ever happened, would be a ratings bonanza. It's even money McGregor would chuck something in the direction of Floyd, and he would cuss at anybody in his sight. And the chatter's already starting to build just a bit. In advance of his fight this weekend, McGregor took to Facebook to challenge Mayweather's claim race had something to do with his success. McGregor offered the following: "Floyd Mayweather, don't ever bring race into my success again. I'm an Irishman. My people have been oppressed our entire existence and still very much are," close quote. For his part, Mayweather calls any comparison of the two disrespect and asks rhetorically of the MMA champ in an interview with TMZ, has he ever made $3 million in one night? Has he ever made $100 million in one night? Well, no. Not yet. You ever made $500 million in a night, Floyd? I don't know if it's possible, but if it is, these two together, and only these two, can make it happen. The Mayweather-Pacquiao fight, which was years too late, still set a pay-per-view record. A rematch isn't going to come close to that. We've already seen the movie. Mayweather-McGregor would top it, wouldn't it? Neither needs to do it. But wants and needs in life are very, very different. The desire to create an absolute spectacle with potentially more than $500 million on the table in one night, money and ego makes things happen. I think it happens. Maybe said more accurately, I hope it does, and I know a lot of other people do too.
Teddy, surely as a boxer, what do you see with Conor McGregor?
Yeah, caveman. You know, listen, a real tough guy, very brilliant, genius promoter. There hasn't been a promoter like him since Muhammad Ali, and that's a great compliment that I'm giving him. And they're tough guys. All these UFC guys, they're genuinely tough guys, and they have grappling skills. They get you on the floor. You know, for the average athlete, it's all over. But as far as boxing, and it's not a knock on them, it's just a fact in my world, they're cavemen. They would not beat sea-level fighters. I mean, he would last as long as Mayweather would allow him to last for. You know, it's just primitive. Their skills striking. They call it striking. We call it boxing. Standing on your feet, chucking punches. It's primitive compared to the elite boxers. And as I said a moment ago, even below the elite boxers, Class C boxers that are professional fighters would have an easy time with these guys. But it's a different story when they can take you into their world. When they can get you on the floor and grapple